What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one. And this one is, I had the honor and privilege to interview Nate Parker and the cast of American Skin, and he gives his take on the ending of the movie. Before we get into this controversial ending of the movie, and I'm going to do another video about this and take what you people think about the ending and put it in the video. But if this video hits 500 likes, I will give away one copy of the movie American Skin. The last video did hit that mark, so in this video, I will tell you who the winner is. So make sure that you are subscribed, click that bell so you can be notified every time I drop a new video. Alright, let's do this.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm Don Tony Teflon TV on YouTube, born and raised Queens, New Yorker. Despite how people put things out there, we know that people see things through the lens of their own life experiences. And though people say that they are willing to have conversations, most people have conversations but aren't willing to listen to the other side's conversation because of what they've been through in their life. And I think you put a very unique twist on getting people to actually listen to the other person's side. That being said, if people can take away one thing after watching this movie, what would you like that to be? And that goes out to anybody out here who wants to answer that.
Only you can answer that, Nate. We all signed up for your answer.
I know people others have questions, and if your question doesn't get answered, I know you're in contact with us. I'll find a way to maybe do your show, and that goes out to everyone anyway. If I have to do like a live or something with you, I'll make sure that you get represented. I don't want anyone to feel like they didn't get their question answered. The takeaway is the call to action. We know what the narrative is, and my job as a filmmaker is to reflect the time so you don't forget what that answer is. There are other communities that are clear when they create art, when they make statements about what has happened to them and how they have thrown all their energy around making sure it never happens again. Mm-hmm. We are the people that is not just pacified, but expected to kind of live in this perpetual revolving door. And I just ask that you take what you know, take what you saw, take what you want to see, and use it to change the narrative. I would love to have Vanessa speak if you want to. I see her down there. If you want to speak to that question, what is the takeaway? Someone that has been so connected to this movement as well, and someone that plays a mother that is represented in the way my mother took care of me. My grandmother, who was very young, took care of me. What do you think, Vanessa?
Well, there's a lot of takeaways, obviously. I mean, of course, the first takeaway is that we're being slaughtered, and it has been going on for centuries and decades. So that's the obvious. But then I think you, as a filmmaker, what I love about this movie is, though, this is not a new story Nate's telling. This is a story that we all know to be true. But the spin that you put on it and the ending and the what if, that's the takeaway. The what if for me. What if, without giving the movie away, what happens at the end happened, if we could come and really examine that. And a question that was asked earlier about one of the things that you like, the favorite part. I mean, I have several favorite parts, and a lot of people touched on some of those parts. So without repeating that, one of the takeaways for me too, Nate, was when the officer at the end, he wanted to walk out with you. And he said, paraphrasing, I see things that I never saw before. Or he says something like, I thought about things I never thought about before. And I think that's one of the big takeaways for this movie, is for everybody to see things, think about things on both sides that you never saw before. Because we are forced as a community that, as we're so used to being brutalized by the police, we're so used to seeing this on the news, it's like, oh, here goes another one. But once you put us in their shoes, not that it's right, not that we understand, not that the training does not need to be re-examined, because it absolutely does. All those things are important, but you put us in their shoes and you've made us think about what are they thinking at those moments. That's an important takeaway from this movie. what would I do if I were that person? You know? And then the takeaway that the other side gets to see is what they don't want to see, what they choose not to view in those quick moments, those moments instead of taking a breath. Because I always say, what happened to shooting somebody in the knee? What happened to that? I mean, do we have to get people in the back running away from you? I get that you're trained to protect and serve and you might be threatened, but how about taking a kneecap out once in a while? Because I guarantee you they're going to stop running and they're going to fall down, but they'll still be alive. So I think there's a lot of takeaways, being that we both need to hear each other's sides. We both need to think about what we would do if we were that other side, and then to come together, because the most beautiful moment was at that end for me when he said, I want to walk out here with you.
Okay, spoiler alert. I love you, Vanessa, but we can't talk about the
sorry.
end.
Well, anyway.
And that'll be cut
anyway,
off.
But anyway, I didn't tell about the other part, but anyway. But you've gotta look at each other's side. And just the fact that he was able to examine what he could have done differently and to see where he messed up.
And I'll comment to that really quickly. I know we have to go, but I think it's important for us on this call to not get sidetracked by the demonizing of an individual as if it's an isolated event. You know, you have to recognize we're dealing with systems that are designed to make widgets, and those widgets are cops that do not value Black lives, period. So it's interesting how no matter, you know, when they say they arrested, they fired the cop, there's nothing to clap about. That system is creating widgets, which is why the brother Andre just got killed. Brother Goodson just got killed. And what time is it? Because while we're on the phone, if a Black man, woman got killed, we would not be surprised. And if it happened tomorrow, we would not be surprised. And if they fired every cop and put every cop in prison up until today, within a week, it would happen again. Because it's doing what it was designed to do. That's where you come in. And I put a lot of pressure on you as the younger generation. Not that I'm old, but it's yours now. You got the mic. You have the torch. There's nothing more powerful than what you got to do every day. And that is speak to your audience about current events and holding us accountable, which is why you're here and old heads ain't here. This is not just fan engagement. You know what I mean? This is empowering you all to do what you do. So please, you take that away. What will the next 10 years look like? Because if it's like the last 10 years, we're doomed.
Again, let me thank the one and only Nate Parker. Let me thank Vertical Entertainment for giving me the opportunity to enjoy the presser, be a part of it. I truly appreciate that. And the winner of the American Skin movie is Chocolate Zane 1977. Thank you for being a subscriber and thank you for leaving a comment. Please contact me on Teflon TV on Facebook and we will work out exactly me getting you that copy of the movie. You can also win a copy of this movie. All you gotta do is like this video, leave a comment, and help it hit 500 likes. It's important that you are a subscriber because the first person who won this was not a subscriber. So make sure you're subscribed so you can get your copy of American Skin. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.